Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do Indian and International Systems, Chapter 2, Exercise 2. This is on page number 26. Question 1. Write the following numerals using the Indian system or the international system as required in words. So we're going to write in words using the Indian system or the international system as the question says. So let's begin. First one, we have the Indian system. Now, how do we know it's the Indian system? When you look at the commas, you can make out the Indian system. You will have the first three places and then it is after every two places that you have the commas. This is how it is in the Indian system. Now, if you have to read this or if you have to write this in words, we have to know the places and the periods. So let's go through the places. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, lakh. So ones, tens and hundreds are in the ones period. Thousands, 10,000s are in the thousands period and the lakh. So we have three periods here. The ones period, the thousands period and the lakhs period. Now we can read 4 lakh 35,342. 4 lakh 35,342. So let's write that in words. 4 lakh 35,342. Question 2. Again, let's see whether this is the Indian system or the international system. We have 1, 2, 3 digits and then we have a comma, and then after every 2 digits we have a comma. 2 digits and then there is a comma. So when you have it like this is the Indian system. Now what are the places? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh, 10 lakh. So let's write the period above this. So ones, tens, hundreds will be in the ones period. Thousands, 10,000s will be in the thousands period. Lakh, 10 lakh will be in the lakhs period. So now we can read it. 36 lakh 71,430. So let's write that. 36 lakh 71,430. Next one. The third one here. Again, let's see if it's the Indian system. We have 1, 2, 3, comma, and then 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, comma. So this is the Indian system where we have commas after 2 digits. So now what are the places? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, and this is crore. So now let's put them in the period. So we have ones, tens and hundreds here in the ones period, thousands, 10,000s in the thousands period, lakh, 10 lakh in the lakhs period, and 4 is in the crores period. So now let's read it. 4 crore 28 lakh 30,004. So that is 4 crore 28 lakh 30,004. Next one. Which system is this? We have 1, 2, 3, comma, again 1, 2, 3, comma, and then 1, 2. Now whenever you have it this way, commas after every 3 digits, that is the international system. And what are the places in the international system? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million. Now let's write the period above that. So this will be ones, tens, hundreds is the ones period, 1,000, 10,000 and 100,000 is in the thousands period, million, 10 million is in the millions period. So how do we read it? 75 million. Now this is 132, isn't it? So 132,684. So let's write that. 75,132,684. Now here again we have 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. No other comma. So this is the international system. Commas after every 3 digits. What are the places? Ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So which is a period? The period here is ones, tens, hundreds is in the ones period, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s is in the thousands period. So now let's read it. 815,906. So let's write that. 815,906. Next one. Again we have 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. So this is the international system. What are the places? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, million. So now let's write that. So ones, tens, hundreds will come in the ones period. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 will come in the thousands period, and this will be in the millions period. So let's read it now. 5,420,700. So let's write that. 5,420,700. So this is how we write in the Indian or the international systems. Question 2. Write the following numbers, placing the commas according to the Indian system. So we have the first number here. Now we have all the digits here now. We are going to place commas according to the Indian system. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this number here. So let's write that. So we have 8, 3, 5, 6, 2 and 9. Now we're going to place commas according to the Indian system. So we start from the ones place. We say ones, tens, hundreds. And then we need to place a comma. 1,000, 10,000. And then we need to place a comma. So let's do that. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So we're placing commas according to the period. So let me just write that here only for the first one. So this is the ones period, then the thousands period and the lakhs period. So after each period, there is a comma. As you can see, after the lakhs period, there is a comma. After the thousands period, there is a comma. So let's do the next one. So here again, we have all these numbers here. So let's rewrite that again. 3, 5, 6, 4, 0, 2, 5 and 4. Now let's read it first. Ones, tens, hundreds. And then you put a comma. Thousands, 10,000s. Comma, lakh, 10 lakh, comma, and then we have crore. So let's do that now. So ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, comma, lakh, 10 lakh, comma. So here again, this is the ones period, this is the thousands period, this is the lakhs period, and this is the crores period. So after every period, there is a comma. Crore is a comma. After the lakh period, there is a comma. After the thousands period, there is a comma. Next one. So let's write down the third one. 2, 8, 2, 6, 0, 4, 0. So now let's read the places. Ones, tens, hundreds. Thousands, 10,000s. Lakh, 10 lakh. So comma after each period. So ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, comma, and then you have the lakh, 10 lakh. So what are the periods? Ones period, the thousands period and the lakhs period. So after each period there is a comma. After the lakhs, comma. After the thousands there is a comma. Next one. Write the following numbers, placing the commas according to the international system. So we have the first one. This time we're going to write in the international system. So 6, 5, 0, 9, 8, 2 and 0. Now international system, how do we read? Ones, tens, hundreds. That's one period. Thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So this is the next period. And then we have million. So after each period we put a comma. So here we have ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, comma. So what are the periods here? This is the ones period. This whole thing is the thousands period, and this is the millions period. So if you read, how do you read? 6,509,820. This is the next one. It's a long number, isn't it? Big number. So let's write it down. 4, 2, 8, 1, 4, 0, 5, 4. Now let's read the places of the international system. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, million, 10 million, 100 million. Okay, so let's place our commas. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma. Thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, comma. So after every 3 digits, we place commas. So we have the period here. We have the ones period, then we have the thousands period, and then we have the millions period. So let's read it. 428 million, and we put a comma after that period. 140,000, comma. 584. Next one, let's write down this 6, 3, 5, 6, 0, 9, 8, 1. Now let's read it again. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, million, 10 million. So now let's place our commas. So we have a comma here, then the 3 digits comma. Now what are our places? This is the ones period, then we have the thousands period, and then we have the millions period. So how do we read this? 63,560,981. Question 4. Fill in the blanks as indicated. 4,67,306 is the question given. Now what should we do? We should first write it in the Indian numeral form, that is in figures. So let's write that 4 lakh. That means that's one period that's over. So we can put a comma. Then we have 67,000. So 67,000, comma, 306. 306. So 4,67,306. Next, we have to write it in the international numeral form. So for that, first write down all these digits as it is without the commas. So we have written it all down. Now let's read the places of the international system. Ones, tens, hundreds. That's one period. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Okay. So now let's place the commas. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma. Now this is the ones period. This is the thousands period. So let's read this. 467,306. So now we have to write it in the international numeration. That means in words. So what is it? 467,306. 467,306. So we have it in words also. Next one. 13 lakh 45 is given to us. What should we do? We should first write it in the Indian numeral form. So let's do that. 13 lakh. So that's one period that's over. 13 lakh is over. What is missing? We don't have the thousands period. Okay, so in that place we're going to put 2 zeros. And 100 is also missing. So one more 0 and 45. So now we have 13 lakh 45. Now the next thing we have to do is write it in the international numeral form. So we're going to write the same digits without commas. So 1, 3, 0, 0, 0, 4, 5. Now we are going to read the places of the international system. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Okay, so now we're going to place the commas. Ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So this is the ones period, this is the thousands period, and this is the millions period. So let's read it. 1,300,045. Now we are going to write it in the international numeration, that means in words. So let's write that. 1,300,045. So we've written that 1,300,045. Question 5. Fill in the blanks. 604,847. We have to write in the international numeral form. So let's write that. So first one is 604,000. So 604, let's write. 1,000 means one period is over. So a comma there. Then 847. 847. So we've got that. What is the next thing? We have to write in the Indian numeral form. So we're going to write this number without the commas. So 847. Now let's read the places according to the Indian system. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh. So let's place the commas first. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, comma. So what are the periods here? This is the ones period, this is the thousands period, and this is the lakhs period. So let's read it. 6,04,847. The next thing is we have to write an Indian numeration. That means in words. So let's write it. 6,04,847. So we have written this in words. Let's go to the next one. 2,310,104. We have to first write it in the international numeral form. So 2 million. So let's write that 2 million, comma. Then we have 310,000. So 310, 310. Then we have 104, 104. So this is our number in the international numeral form. Now, if we have to write it in the Indian numeral form, write down the digits 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 0, 4. Now, let's read it in the Indian system. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh, 10 lakh. So, let's place our commas accordingly. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, comma, lakh, 10 lakh. So, this is the ones period. This is the thousands period, and this is the lakhs period. So let's read it. 23 lakh 10,104. Now the next thing is we should write it in the Indian numeration. That means write it in words according to the Indian system. So we have 23 lakh 10,104. 23 lakh 10,104. So this is how we write in the Indian numeration. With this, children, we come to the end of this exercise. Thank you, children.